They say the devil's water, it ain't so sweet.
What's up, guys? It is Cody here, and I have a video for you guys today. It's about the accident I was in last year around this time. It wasn't fun at all. It hurt like a bitch, and I couldn't get out of my door. So we packed up the Escape. We had the buckets in the back, our live minnows in the back, and we were driving. My buddy Evan was driving. He wouldn't give me the keys, so I'm like, whatever. We're in this closed park. As you guys can see, there's not going to be much traffic coming right through here. So we were driving, and we hit a bump. You can see that there's like some potholes right there. I think that's what we hit, honestly, to where we thought the buckets tipped over. So I turned around already. I'm looking over my left shoulder as a passenger into the back of the Escape, thinking, fuck, dude, there's gonna be water everywhere from our minnows. But there wasn't. But as I turned around, I saw that Evan was turned back around. He was already looking at the same time I did, but I didn't know he turned around. So we turned back around to the front, and he turned around again, thinking that he just double checked. So I turned around, so we were both looking around a second time. By the time we turned around, we were in the grass. So while he looked over his right shoulder, he pulled the steering wheel to the right, turning right. So we hit the grass, which was icy, snowy, whatever. And we bounced over these rocks. As you guys can see, they're not small rocks. If I put my hand or foot, put my foot up to it, they're not small rocks. But anyways, we crashed into the water. He got out right away, and my door wouldn't open because the car went in at an angle, so the passenger door was in the water, so the water pressure was already pushing on it, and I couldn't roll down the window because I wasn't even thinking. And I didn't know how I was gonna get out until Evan, he yelled, "Hey, Cody, jump out my door." So I jumped out, and this current is moving, as you guys can see. So the car's already going downstream, ends up sinking about 12 feet into the water. And then, how far was it? I'd say about 15 feet, 20 feet, maybe 25 feet away from the shore. So there's no way of hooking onto this car and pulling it out or anything like that. So we had to call a dive team to hook up chains. We had to call a wrecker to actually pull the car out. And then as my dad, he was coming down to give me some fishing poles. He was already on his way, but he's also the fire chief. So at that point, he's already on his way down. He's the first to arrive, since he wasn't gonna give me my tip-ups, but I called him. He thought I was joking, because I'm just that type of kid that just jokes around with everything. So he's saying, yeah, bullshit, that never happened. He finally came down. After I had to ask him like 8 times, hey, we're wet, the car's in the water, you need to help us. He didn't believe me. So after all that, the wrecker and dive team showed up after about 45 minutes to an hour. And so they stationed up. The car ended up about somewhere right down here. The wrecker was in like that, so they were pulling it out. And there was a cop down here. He never gave out any tickets or did anything. There was also a wildlife refuge warden. He had to make sure that the oil never got into the wildlife reserves or whatever that area is, which it wasn't. So we pulled out the car. Everybody was good. I just had a bruise on my leg, and I'm gonna show some video clips and some pictures of what happened, how it happened, or whatever, just to explain it more, because I know I'm not the best explainer and whatever. So all right, guys, later.
More recently, police responded to a call when a car drove into the river in DeSoto earlier today. The incident happened near Black Hawk Park in DeSoto. Vernon County Sheriff, Wheatland Fire Department, and La Crosse County Dive Team responded to the crash and attempted to retrieve the car from the river. Both passengers of the vehicle made it out safely. Officials say the driver of the vehicle did not have a license. According to the passenger of the vehicle, they were headed ice fishing, and a distraction in the car may have caused the accident. The passenger of the vehicle is the son of the Wheaton Fire Department chief who responded to the event. The chief says he initially thought his son wasn't serious when he told him the story.
I thought he was joking. I turned around and came back and found he was walking up the road slightly damp, and yeah, the car was in the river. At least they were both all right. Nobody was hurt. The driver lost his pride, but yeah, at least they were okay.
Cold and damp.
The incident is still under investigation.